Bonjour and welcome or welcome back to my channel, Claude here. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Uncover Your Past Lives Oracle by Mandy Peterson. Now I've had this for a few months now. I didn't want to review it immediately because I wanted to work with it to get a feel about, what to do with it, because it is a very intriguing deck. And I've done a series of past life readings with it, and it's been very successful, so I'm very excited to share this with you. So this is the box. Okay, so it looks like this. It's a vertical box, and you can see there's the size. The back is an Emerald House Publishing, and then it's but beautiful lilac. So it's really nice because it's a two-part box and it slides like butter. And this is what it looks like, and you can see immediately the cards are round, which is very interesting. So that's for the box. Now obviously, if you don't want to listen to me rambling on about the guidebooks and so on, it's all time stamped, so just go to the box and just click. Okay, so there's the guidebook. I'm going to leave the cards here for the time being. So there's your guidebook, and it is pretty thick. It has a lot of info. So when you open it, this is what it looks like. Sorry, it's reflective. So divination cards for reading past lives and archetypes by Mandy Peterson. Peterson, can't pronounce her name. How terrible of me. Sorry about that. The table of content. So you've got about the cards, are the backs related to the fronts, working with history, diversity and political correctness, archetypes versus past lives, using a spread, spreading and selecting cards, 1-card spread, 4-card spreads, reading the cards where they touch, relationship spread, archetypal reading, what if a divider appears at the top of a card, other readings, and major themes and archetypes, then the 3 blank cards, and then it moves on to the meanings of the cards. So you see there's quite a few. So she gives you a little bit about the cards, talks about the front and the back, and I will explain that in a minute, and using a spread. So it's really nicely explained because she's circled what keywords what aspect of the card she's working with for each spread, which I thought was very nice, because you can see right here she's showing you which one are relevant in this spread, which is the 4-card spread, so it's the one that's at the top basically. Then she gives you another type of spread where you read where the keywords touch. I really like the versatility of the round cards for that reason. There's a relationship spread, so she gives you, the position, so you, love interest, past life lesson, current lesson. Archetypal readings. And what if a divider appears at the top of the card? She really has covered everything. And then other readings, how you could use it with other things. Then she talks about major themes and archetypes. So she does give you 3 blank cards that you can use to make your own, which I thought was really nifty, and referencing the blank card fronts and the backs and so on, and then it moves on to the meaning of each card. Now I'm not going to go through all of the cards because otherwise we'll be here tomorrow. But for instance, if you look at this card here, addiction, so you always have the same format: functioning addict, caretaker, rock bottom, and enabler, which are the 4 keywords which you would find around the cards, and then same thing for all of them. So it's really nice. The other thing I wanted to tell you is, once you read the definition for each of the cards, sorry, I'm trying to get rid of the glare, you do have in italic the archetype meaning. If you can see, this is the normal writing, and then here you've got the archetype meaning. So you have 2 meanings every time for each of the keywords, which I thought was very nice. It's really well done, and it's a very powerful deck. So I really enjoyed that. So once you've seen all of the meanings, you have a space for your blank card. Sorry, let me do it this way. So the theme, top, right, bottom and left. So you can record your own cards. And then she explains how to use the card backs, because they are different. and how to include card backs in a spread with the card fronts. She talks about time frame and explains what she means, about late Bronze Age, classical antiquity, early Middle Ages. It's very thorough. It's really, there's a lot of research that went into that. And then you have, I mean, it's just the main keywords on the back. So death, and she explains what they are. Location, so where you might have died in a previous life. I mean, it's, faith. It's, yeah. I think you get the gist of what I'm telling you. There's a lot. Then you've got a bit about the artwork and a bit about the author. So Mandy Peterson is a professional psychic and emotional freedom technique, EFT practitioner. She is the author of the EFT divination kit, intended for use with EFT to replace muscle testing, the Color of Love divination kit for reading love situations, and the Healers of the Earth Oracle. And you can find out more about Mandy at her main website, mysticmandy.com. So yeah, that's the little booklet. Very, very informative. I've worked a lot with it. Yeah, really good. So then let's move on to the cards. So firstly, you see they're round. I have average size hands and they fit nicely into the palm of my hands. They have a matte lavender gilding, which I find very pretty because it's all in pastel colors. And the deck starts with the how to use the card fronts and back, so you do have it here. And the cardstock, so this is matte and it bends nicely. It's a good cardstock. So that's the first card. Now I didn't put them all in order, I've been using it extensively, but I just wanted you to see them. Doesn't matter the order. So these are your 3 blank cards, so you can draw in the middle and put your 4 keywords. And then we move on to the actual deck. So the first thing I want to show you is this is the front where you get a main picture, a keyword, and then 4 keywords around it. But then you have the backs, and the backs have, and they're not all the same, time frame, lesson, death, location, trauma, faith, love, identity. And so for instance on this card, the identity is adult male. Now I don't know what would that be on that one. You see, for this one here, the identity is the husband. So the time frame is early Stone Age, this one is early Modern Age. The lesson is gluttony, the lesson here is hubris. Death is an animal attack, dementia. So you can see how they differ. And obviously you can choose to incorporate some of them in your readings, which is really interesting. I really love that. So this is nice pastel cards when it comes to the artwork. So you've got, and just so you know, this is not a shy deck, okay? This is very blunt, to the point. It explores difficult topics, which is why I really enjoy doing my readings with it. So you've got alternative sexuality, sexual assault, nature worship, extraterrestrial, secrets, murder. As I said, it's really not, it touches everything. Insanity, technology, industry, children, government, air disaster, communications, banishment, diet, burned, devil. And you can see the keywords, dark magic, exorcist, possessed or cursed. It's very well thought out. Then you've got brainwashing, athlete, bully, execution, accomplishment, rebel, oppression, royalty, construction, current lifetime, peacemaker, revolution, secret society, romance, the law, destruction, wisdom keeper. Now I don't know how many cards there are, but there are plenty, as you may have noticed. It's a big deck. Water disaster, psychic, poverty, saintly, war, magic, ritual sacrifice, obsession, ice disaster, power, health issues, beauty, earth disaster, rural living, world war. And obviously, if there are some cards that trigger you, you can choose to take them out of the deck. I mean, you know, you don't have to use them all. Addiction. I personally like decks who are very blunt with their messages, so I use them all. But, you know, it's a matter of taste. Fire disaster. Healer. Swindler. Enslavement. City dweller. Astral experiences. Group living. Adventurer. Religious devotion. Ascetic. Abusive relationship. Discrimination. Defender. Childhood trauma. I really like this card. It speaks to me. Imprisonment. Loss of a loved one. Charity. Fall of civilization. Servant. Animals. Truth seeker. The Wild West. Military. Intellectual. Instruction. Artist. Leadership. Torture. Rise of civilization. Injustice. Maritimer. Wealth. And finally, performer. So I find them very, very versatile, and you know, she's given you loads of examples on how to use them. But for instance, you could decide to do a 3-card spread like this, and you would be using the top one, Explorer, Inheritance and Musician, in this aspect. But if you went on to do the 4-card spread she talked about, in this case you would be using Where They Touch. So you'd use Explorer with Gambling or Speculation, you'd use Wiser with Dancer, Actor with Victim, and Perpetrator with Ocean Traveler, if that makes sense. And if you chose to put back of cards, you know, you've got Love, Spinster here. Here you've got Oppression, Under Trauma. So you can see how you can really mix and match. And for instance, if we go back to, let's say, the 3-card spread, where you look at what's at the front, if you put 2 like this and 1 at the back, and it fell like this, let's say, so this is where you're looking at, you have Death, Hypothermia. So you see what I'm saying? You can really use them in many different ways. You can also use them like you would use just, you know, tarot decks, and just do 1, 2, 3, and then just look at the keywords in the middle, and, you know, tap into your intuition. I think it's a very versatile deck, and I love the artwork, the matte, the pastel color, it's a good cardstock. Yeah, I really, I'm glad I got my hands on that. It's a very good deck, and I would recommend it if you are interested in, you know, archetypal work or past life work, which I am. And yeah, I'm going to give you the details in the description box below if you are interested in it. And yes, thank you for choosing to spend some time with me. I hope you've enjoyed this review of this deck. Please let me know in the comment box below if you own it, how you've used it, or if you're planning on buying it, because, well, I'd love to talk about cards, generally speaking. So thanks so much. I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.